The hate account Libs of TikTok is at it again, spreading a lie that had sent a flood of violent death threats to doctors and staff at a children's hospital. Yes, a children's hospital. Vice reports that the staff at Boston Children's Hospital has been facing violent threats and harassment since Libs of TikTok put out a false claim that, let me read that, okay? The account, run by Brooklyn real estate agent Shia Rychik, tweeted on August 11th that Boston Children's Hospital is offering gender-affirming hysterectomies for young girls. That's not true. That's a lie. It's not true. No, seriously, fact checkers, they have looked into this. It's not true. In order for a hysterectomy to be performed as part of gender-affirming care, Boston Children's Hospital requires a patient to be capable of consenting for themselves. In fact, Boston Children's does not, according to a statement, and will not perform a hysterectomy as part of gender-affirming care on a patient under the age of 18. So you have to be a legal adult in order to get this surgery. So that's it. Now, and by the way, this is, I mean, it's so blatant how easily they lie. They lie as easily as they breathe. Do you understand? Does anybody understand how difficult it is for a healthy young woman in this country to get a hysterectomy? Look, there's a lot of anecdotes out there where women, for example, who are dealing with endometriosis, very painful condition, said, I want to get that procedure. And were denied by doctors because, yeah, but, someday you might want kids. Maybe. Where the woman is, or person, with a uterus is sitting there saying, no, you don't understand. I am in tremendous pain. I want to get rid of this pain. I don't want kids. And they said, yeah, but maybe you will one day. One day. So we're not going to give you that procedure that you require. Oh, great. Again, very difficult, very difficult. Now, there's also studies, by the way, cited by people, and this is a defense of the doctors on their part. They cite studies that find that the rate of women's post-sterilization regret is about 20.3% of those 30 or younger, and about 5.9% of those over 30. So 1 in 5 women under the age of 30 may regret it down the line. Okay, and people do things that they regret all the time. That's why we have choices, and we should be allowed to make choices. I mean, that's it. I mean, we should have choices. It's called freedom. Okay, you shouldn't have to go and if you're an adult and you're of sound mind and you say, look, I want to get this procedure done. I'm in terrible pain, or I just don't want children, and this is the best way that I know of to definitely prevent myself from having kids. You shouldn't have to get approval from a doctor that says, but wait, you might want kids someday. No, that's my choice. That's my choice. It's my body. And yes, I do want this procedure. But so understand, right? Understand that this excuse is being used by doctors to refuse to do those procedures. And as well, of course, the societal pressure for women to have children in this day and age. And I give you this context because if it's that difficult and socially unacceptable for adult women to go and get that procedure, then what makes you think that doctors at Boston Children's Hospital are giving these out willy-frickin-nilly? What makes you think that? It doesn't make any sense. Not at all. But understand, sense isn't something that a lot of these people on the far right use. Remember, all they have is the anger and the fear. And I'm not even saying that they're stupid. No, I'm saying that when you are as a human being, when you are, constantly subjected to things that will make you either angry or scared, your logic and higher thinking abilities, they go out the window. Gone. And so understand this is a very effective, and it's why it's a very effective tool in politics, especially in right-wing politics, where they are not trying to sell you on any policy positions at all. So now, as a result of these lies, the staff had been receiving tons and tons of abuse. In fact, this is according to the hospital statement posted to Twitter. In response to commentary last week, critical of our gender multi-specialty service GEMS program, Boston Children's Hospital has been the target of large volume of hostile internet activity. Phone calls and harassing emails, including threats of violence toward our clinicians and staff. Now, the hospital did not specify where the threats were coming from, but Vice looked into it. And you're not going to be surprised that a lot of these threats, the majority of them, actually came from MAGA. Ah, yes, of course. So look, and this is how it works, okay? Accounts like Rychicks, Libs of TikTok, they'll either post a video that misrepresents someone or post cringe, because there is cringe, okay? And they'll point at those things and they'll say, oh, see, that's the entire left. That's the way they think. Now, in this case, they made something up. But the way the right-wing media ecosphere works is that Libs of TikTok will dig up something, and then automatically a slew of right-wing influencers and media personalities will pick up on it. Why? Because they're not talking about policy issues. Okay? In fact, here's some examples. Stephen Miller, former Trump administration official, tweeted this in response to Rychick. Quote, "This is monstrous. How does anyone involved in this still have a medical license?" Again, he's commenting on what's literally fake news. The reason that they still have their medical license is because they weren't actually doing this, and that's a lie. Others who boosted a false claim included Daily Wire's Matt Walsh, of course. Other conservative websites like the Post Millennial, Gateway Pundit, and Daily Caller. I want to give you some comments here that they had received as well. And let me warn you, a bit disturbing, okay? One comment reads, long past time to start executing these doctors. Oh, that seems pretty clear. There's more. One Telegram user wrote this: demons like this do not deserve to breathe. Crimes against humanity equals death. Interesting take on that. And on both Reddit / The Donald, as well as Telegram, doctors and hospital staff were referred to as pedophiles and groomers. And another wrote, these people are psychopaths and should be locked up. Locked up. Now, understand, this is their entire playbook. Rychick has figured out the magic of the right-wing grift. And really, there's no huge, I guess, thought process to it. No big strategy. All you have to do is just lie. You just make things up. They'll believe anything, those idiots in the right. I mean, come on, they'll believe anything. Because, if you have Ben Shapiro saying it, oh, then they'll believe it. Or they have Matt Walsh saying it, no, then they'll believe it. Oh, of course. So all you have to do is lie, smear people, post cringy videos, and then when you're all done, sit back and profit. Let the views and the likes and the shares, retweets, let it roll in, as well as the donations. It doesn't matter if people get hurt or killed. Remember, the right wing has already been killing doctors and bombing abortion clinics for decades. So we know they have a penchant for violence. And this is just days after somebody attempted to break into the FBI headquarters in Cincinnati and had a shootout with cops. And now they're going after children's hospitals who've done nothing wrong. When will these domestic terrorists be stopped? I mean, that's my question, right? Probably after it's too late. And innocent people are killed as a result of lies that someone else has profited off of. And that's what they do. And again, the right wing, the reason this spreads is because the right wing lives in an alternative reality. And you can blame the media a lot for that. And again, people don't trust the media anymore. People don't trust news, and certainly, you know, for some good reasons. But there's no trust in institutions anymore. And then they decide to trust complete and total clowns and grifters who make money off spreading complete and total fabrications. And look, since they do live in this alternative reality, they are constantly primed towards threats and violence because, again, the primary tools are anger and hatred and disgust, I suppose. These accounts that spread this, you know, fake information, they're a danger to society. They really, really are. Now, unlike them, though, I don't want anybody killed. No, I want regular people to come back into reality. I want them to stop listening to the grifters, the charlatans, the hate peddlers, and those who don't care about fellow human beings. I want them to come back to reality. Join the rest of us in the real world, where there are legitimate differences that we can discuss. Marginal tax rates, instead of having to discuss whether or not certain politician is eating fetuses or sucking the blood of children. I mean, we have gone into an insane world. We're not in Kansas anymore, everybody. We're surrounded by grifters who put their own fame and profit above truth and honesty. And we are now stuck in the hell world of that creation. It is absolutely frightening